Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Abigail Smith and I'm very excited to share with you today a truly fascinating and fantastic artifact that offers a glimpse into a truly dynamic period in American history known as the Jazz Age. Our focus today is this piece of sheet music. The original sheet music for the song I'll See You in My Dreams was published in 1924. The lyrics were written by Gus Kahan and was set to music by the wonderful and talented Isham Jones. And as you can see in the bottom corner of the cover, we have the prominent mention of featured by Art Henry. This is a common practice in sheet music publishing of the era. It indicates that a popular artist of the time, in this case Art Henry, had performed or recorded this song, further boosting its appeal and sales. Featuring a well-known artist helped to introduce the song to a wider audience and associate it with the familiar and liked performer. It's a testament to the song's immediate success and its connection to the popular musical figures of the day. Also quite interesting is the notion, often found on sheet music from this period, indicating a ukulele complement or arrangement. You might see something like ukulele arrangement by or chord diagrams specifically for the ukulele. The ukulele experienced a surge in popularity in the United States during the 1920s. It was seen as an accessible, portable, and cheerful instrument that perfectly suited the lighthearted and optimistic spirit of the Jazz Age. This inclusion of the ukulele arrangement on the sheet music made the song more accessible to amateur musicians at home, allowing them to play along and enjoy the music for themselves. This speaks to a broader cultural trend of participatory music making and the ukulele's prominent place in popular music alongside instruments like the piano and various instruments in dance bands. I mention this because there is a inclusion of the ukulele in the sheet music, and you can see, which I'll show you, but you can see in the corner of underneath the title of this cover. Now, when we talk about the early 1920s, the term jazz age is deeply associated with it, and it comes to mind. It wasn't just about the music, it was a whole vibe, a societal shift, and imagine a country transitioning from the somberness of World War I into a era of great economic growth and exciting technological advancements. Things like widespread automobile ownership and use and the new household appliances were changing everyday life. This newfound prosperity fueled a desire for leisure and entertainment and a rejection of the more rigid societal constraints of the Victorian era. Suddenly, especially among the younger generation, there was a palpable move towards a more modern outlook, a sense of breaking free. Think about how information and new ideas spread back then. Radio was becoming a fixture in every American home, broadcasting music and news across the nation. Print media, from newspapers to magazines, also played a huge role in spreading these new cultural trends, helping to create a sense of shared national experience. And at the heart of this cultural shift, acting as its very soundtrack, was jazz music. Jazz originating in African American communities in the late 19th and early 20th centuries, with its roots in blues and ragtime, exploded in popularity nationwide. Its impromptu nature and infectious rhythms and sheer energy really resonated with a generation eager to embrace modernity and break free from the perceived stuffiness of the past. Dance halls, often seen as somewhat scandalous by the older generations, became the place to be. Vibrant hubs where young people could experience this exciting music, express themselves through dance, and socialize in new ways. These spaces fostered a sense of freedom and rebellion against traditional norms. But let's take a closer look at this sheet music. Notice a young woman is depicted with her short bobbed hair, which was a radical departure from the long traditional iconic hairstyle of the time. Her confident demeanor and embodiment of the iconic image of the flapper. The flapper was a powerful symbol of this new modern lifestyle, actively challenging traditional roles and expectations. Their fashion choices, like shorter hemlines and less restrictive clothing, their more independent attitudes towards things like dating and social activities, these were all visual representations of the changing status of women in the 1920s. And their enthusiastic embrace of jazz music and the freedoms it represented further solidified their identity as what some would call jazz girls, women who are actively participating in shaping this new cultural landscape. They were seen as modern, bold, and unapologetically themselves. So the connection between jazz music and the flapper figure is absolutely key to understanding the cultural significance of I'll See You in My Dreams. This song wasn't just a sentimental tune, it was likely intended for this modern jazz-loving audience, perhaps even the soundtrack for their dances of a new and dreams of a new future. The title itself, I'll See You in My Dreams, while seemingly romantic, can also be interpreted within the context of this era as a yearning for something more, a desire for a different kind of reality, perhaps one filled with excitement and freedom that the jazz age represented. Ultimately, I'll See You in My Dreams is much more than just a piece of sheet music. It's a historical artifact that encapsulates the very spirit of the jazz age. It reflects the widespread popularity of jazz-influenced music and the evolving dance trends, the marketing strategies of the time through featured artists, the accessibility of music through instruments like the ukulele, in the bringing up and the emergence of this independent jazz girl figure who was redefining womanhood itself. This simple piece of sheet music held in the Smithsonian Institution offers us a tangible connection to a transformative period in American history. By displaying artifacts like this in a museum, we can truly appreciate and admire the significant cultural shifts in the 1920s, where music, fashion, technology, and evolving gender roles came together to create a truly unique and unforgettable era that continues to fascinate us and I myself today. Thank you for joining me today as we explore this fascinating piece of jazz age history, and that concludes my video.